What is up, guys? It's your boy obbldude, and today I want to go big. Now, not super big, I'm not amping up or nothing like that, but I want to go big. So, I'm basically going to be doing a 90, that's way too much. I'm going to be doing a 90 pet hunting run today at Camp Caravan again. Um, and see if we can get something pretty decent. We're going to have almost 2,000 shots, so this is going to take some time. But I wanted to go kind of bigger here, do a bigger run, and see if I spend more pet and if I kind of spend more time out there hunting all at once, um, I might be able to find something bigger or, get more profit or maybe even a global. Because I don't know, I'm kind of in those moods today where it's not so much like, oh, I want to go out and hunt and just, hopefully I'll at least get my money back so I can do another hunt. I've had that mentality for a few months now since coming back to this game. But today I want to go all out. Like I just want to go big and get something big, you know what I mean? Like I'm in one of those moods today where I just want to hit something big. So I was like, we're going to do a 90 ped hunting run and we'll see what we can get out of it. Also, in my last run, I noticed a couple people mention decay, and I'm gonna factor decay in this video just because I think it'd be interesting to see. But I don't like to factor decay in a whole lot. The main reasoning for that is mainly just because, well, for one thing, I like to keep these videos a little more simple, and not go super in depth with stuff, even though I probably should. Um, but at the same time, too, it's one run, and you never know how many runs it's going to take before you actually get that that decay back, and then can actually factor in the profit. And I feel like factoring decay like after every run kind of confuses it a little bit. So at least like the way I do it is I just like make kind of a note of like what each run brought in, and then I look at how much I spent, and then I'll take a look at, and then I'll repair my stuff because, I'll want to, keep up with that and stuff. So I'll repair it, and then whatever I've left is essentially kind of my profit. And I feel like it's a little simpler doing it that way. So that's kind of why I don't factor in decay. But in this run, I'm curious to see. So I want to do factor in decay after just like one single run. So we're going to do that. All my armor is fully maxed. It's fully repaired. Same thing with my healer. So we are good to go. So lately I've been kind of expanding my gaming a little more like I kind of usually do. Like for me personally at least, I don't know how many people out there are like this, but for me personally, sometimes like I can get really into a game and that's like the one game I'm playing for like a while. And then after like some time, it could be weeks, months, years, who knows. But then I'm kind of like, okay, I want to kind of play some other things and kind of do some other stuff. And I've been getting into PUBG a little bit again. I was really into PUBG and BR and stuff like that, and I was playing a lot of those. But once I basically got back into Entropia because I was playing basically BR, PUBG. I was playing a lot of Xbox, that kind of stuff. And that's what I was mainly doing. And I was like going on this MMO, like I was jonesing for an MMO. Like I was like, I haven't played an MMO in a while and I really want to play an MMO. So I went out and got for my Xbox the Elder Scrolls Online game. And that was pretty decent, but I couldn't really get into it. I don't know, I couldn't really get into it. I played it for like 10 hours, like literally straight. And then I played for a couple hours, like for a couple more days that week. And then I kind of just like dropped off and kind of went back to PUBG and different stuff like that. And then I saw an ad like on my phone for old school RuneScape on mobile, and I was like, oh dude, I should try old school again because I want an MMO to play. I know it's free to play. I know there's a decent amount of stuff you can do in free to play, and it's pretty fun. And I didn't want to like pay for it because I've tried RuneScape before, and back in the day, like 2007, 2008, around there. But around that time, I was really into WoW too, so I didn't really care much for RuneScape anyway. But I got kind of tired of WoW around like 2008, 9ish. Took a little bit of a break, so I was like, I'll see what this RuneScape thing's about, because my buddy's brother played it as well, and I was like, I'll give it a try. And I had no clue what the game was about, did no research, just jumped into it, tried playing it. I was lost. I had no clue what the game was about. I had no idea what I was supposed to do or what there was to do. And I was like, this game's dumb. I'm not playing it. Kind of like similar to what everyone else says, right? Everyone else says it, and they're just like, you know, that's usually why they give up. Like most people I know that tried RuneScape is the same reason of me. They couldn't figure it out within like 15 minutes and they gave up and quit, and they're like, screw this. But it was free, so it didn't really matter. There's really no incentive because it's not like you paid money for it, but you'd probably be pissed if you did and that happened. So I tried it back in the day and I was like, I'm not really down with this game. But I was like, I really want to play an MMO. WoW's complete garbage, so I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole ever again, unless they do some serious fixing, and until Classic comes out, but who knows. It's Blizzard Activision, they'll probably screw that up too. But anyway, I downloaded RuneScape, and I was like, I'm going to give this game another shot. And going into it this time, playing more MMOs and knowing MMOs and talking to more people who've played like RuneScape and other MMOs, I had an idea on what you could do in the game, what there was to do, what you were supposed to do, that kind of thing. I had an idea, so I went back into it, did a couple things, started getting addicted, found out other things I could do, started making some cash and getting some skills up and just grinding out those skills and cash, and I was addicted, like literally, for like 2 months. It was like starting, this was like 2018, starting like around Halloween. So from Halloween up until like after Christmas, like January of this year, I was just playing RuneScape every chance I got. Like seriously, like I would wake up, like every weekend I would wake up in the morning, and the very first thing I would do right when I got up was turn on my computer and go on RuneScape. That's literally what I did. Like, and I was just like, I gotta grind this out more. I need to get my combat better. I need to be able to, get my mining up so I can mine better stuff. And I need to mine a huge stack so I can get good, like, mad money and stuff like that. And I was grinding, man. I was trying to grind everything I could in free to play. And then I was just addicted. And then, it happens, I think, with a lot of people. Well, pretty much everyone, I think, at least. And then that thing happens where, like, you kind of start to fade off a little bit, and then, it's not, you're not grinding as hard anymore and that kind of thing. So I was like, man, what other MMO can I play? Because, like, I was like, I'm down with RuneScape, but, like, I still need to grind my combat to a certain amount, and, I'm kind of like, I've been playing it so much that I'm kind of just like, I want something a little bit different. Oh, my phone's ringing. Sorry about that. But yeah, I want something a little bit different or something that I can at least like, play 2 MMOs at least, like go to RuneScape when I want to, and then, when I want to play something but I don't want to play RuneScape, I can play, something else. And then I remembered Entropia, and I was like, oh yeah, what's my Entropia account like? Noob skills, straight to the max, and I had like 50 PED in my storage, no PED on me, and I had about 700 PED worth of stuff, between armor I didn't need and had no business buying in the first place, between a couple guns, but I kept a couple of guns because in this game I do like to collect guns, whether I can use them or not, but a couple guns that I didn't care about, so I sold a couple things I didn't need, or at least at the moment, got my PED back up a little bit, started playing, started doing a little more research, trying to figure out, what this game's about, and, how to have more success with it and stuff, and I just started putting a couple of basic things that seem easy and common sense, but for some reason I didn't at least think of it, when I first started playing this game. But I just applied some few basic things and started, making progress and getting something out of it, and I started having a blast. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna log in, you know, play some games on Entropia, make some videos here and there, and you know, it'll be a good time. And so that was kind of like how I got back into Entropia. This is kind of just another kind of rambling, random video while I blow through 90 PED to see how much I can get out of it. But RuneScape is mad fun, and since I've taken that break from RuneScape for a couple months and been playing this, I'm kind of missing RuneScape again, to be honest. I kind of want to do a little less grinding in this game and a little more grinding in that game, but I still want to keep up the grind in this game because, you know, I gotta keep up the grind. I gotta. Like, I'm still like feeling the game and everything. It's just, it's been only Entropia for like almost 2 months now, I think. So it's like, it's starting to get a little too much. Plus, too, I gotta take, you know, some breaks, too, from the grind because, you know, I don't want to be blowing through PED too fast and then, you know, learn something I should have done, you know, instead, like, later on and not being able to do it because I don't have the money to, you know, put into this game or something like that, so. Also trying to keep the grind a little bit slow, but not too slow. Because if you grind too slow, you're not going to really get anywhere. But yeah, I have been thinking about picking up a little bit of that RuneScape grind again. Because I got pretty close too. I mean, between my combat and defense and stuff in RuneScape, I'm pretty close to the PKing build that I want for a certain level. And just build overall for PvE as well. Because I'm kind of trying to, well, I was trying to go for kind of more of a hybrid build for both PvE and PvE that at least, you know, works somewhat decent for both. And I think I somewhat have that at the moment. I just need to get a couple more skills up and do a couple more things, get a little bit more money. And I would like to grind out the money too a little bit more because in RuneScape, you know, in Entropia, a lot of people, like, what they really want to do is, you know, make money and be able to play this game without depositing, right? Without putting in any of their actual money. And I don't mind doing that in Entropia just to get a little more ahead and have the game be a little bit more fun. Because let's be honest, this game, beginning game, just starting out, if you don't deposit, at first it's fun, and I mean, yeah, if some of you guys like doing that, you know, great, that's awesome. That's a grind that I can't do personally. Like, I like grindy games, but that's like the most grindiest thing I've ever seen, I think, in any kind of video game. And I'm talking about sweating mainly because that's mainly all you can really do if you don't put any initial funds in. So, among maybe a few other things, but for the most part, so I don't really mind putting in that little bit initial investment for Entropia. But for RuneScape, I mean, it's not that expensive. Oh man, my phone's blowing up today. It's not that expensive, but it's almost like a challenge for me too. Just like in Entropia, it's a challenge to, you know, try to somewhat make it and make money without putting in any money at all. And if I knew what I knew now, I might have tried that, but I didn't know. I literally was like, I thought it was just hunting and mining and crafting. I didn't know about sweating for the longest time, but in RuneScape, I kind of want to do like this sort of, make it a challenge for myself, like get to a point where I can pay to play, but completely fund it through the in-game currency, so I'm playing it for free still. Because in RuneScape you can buy, oh man, what's it called? Oh man, it's been so long now, I can't even remember what it's called. But you can buy this thing. It's like the tokens in World of Warcraft, but I can't remember what it's called in RuneScape. But you can get one of those for like 3 million GP, which is the currency for those of you that don't know RuneScape or don't play RuneScape. But it's like 3 million, and that's kind of a grind, being a free-to-play player at least. That's a grind. But once you get to that pay-to-play, you have so many more money-making options in RuneScape. So it's like, once you can like get that first initial step out of free-to-play to go into pay-to-play, it becomes easier to get that 3 million back. So I basically want to be able to play RuneScape pay-to-play without actually paying money. I'm only paying the in-game currency. So that was my goal, at least, and still is. Like, even if I had like the most money you could ever have possible, like the most money in the world, like I would still want to do that just for the challenge. It's not about the money, it's about the challenge, you know? Being able to, you know, fund the pay-to-play RuneScape account with the in-game currency. And that would make the game more of a grind too, which would be a little more fun too, in my opinion, as well. So I don't know. I woke up this morning thinking about RuneScape for some reason, and now I'm just kind of talking about RuneScape. I think another reason why I kind of ended up going from RuneScape to Entropia specifically is because when I was playing RuneScape, I was grinding, right? And I was like making that money, and you know, I felt like I was like progressing, making money, and doing something. And I was like making mad cash, and I was like, dude, imagine if I was just like making this cash and like I could exchange it for real life currency. And having played Entropia previously, you know, subconsciously that's probably going to hit my brain. Plus, it hit my brain because I like in the chat, like on RuneScape all the time, all you see is like sell your GP for real cash at this website, like all the time. And I was just like, man, I don't want to get banned. I'm not going to ever, even if I was making like enough where I was like holy shit, I could cash in a lot, like I wouldn't want to risk it because I wouldn't want to get my account banned. So I obviously wouldn't do that. But then I started thinking about Entropia, and I was like, oh snap, in Entropia you can like do that though. That's like allowed. That's like the game. Like I was like, oh man. And I think that's initially also what kind of made me think about Entropia again. And then I was like, let's see how my Entropia account's looking, because I haven't checked it out in like, let's see, 2019. Probably last time I checked it was 2015, so 3-4 years. So I was like, let's see how the old account's doing. And now look at me now. I'm freaking taking out level 9s and actually making money back plus some profits and stuff. So something I didn't think was possible unless you were at a humongous level in this game. But I didn't know about eco and all the different like specs you need to think about for everything. And once I knew that, it was like, oh snap, okay, now this game makes sense. Let's do it. And I've been having fun ever since. And Entropia is definitely one of those games too where like, even if I do kind of have a drop off or fade out from, kind of like I did with RuneScape or, you know, BR games or any other game, this is definitely one game I'm still going to be coming back to probably at least once or twice a month when I can, even if I do drop off, just because, I mean, especially just the fact of, you know, real money's involved, so it's like, you know. But also, I heard that if you're inactive for like a really long time, like 5 years or something, your account gets deleted. I don't know if that's true, but since real money's involved, I wouldn't want that to happen either. Even though I've only dropped like a few $100 in this game overall and wasted probably maybe 100 of it, maybe 150, but not so much because I did sell some of that I wasted the money on, so I did get some of that money back too. So oh man, I have a feeling I'm gonna end up playing RuneScape at some point today. I literally went to go look at my OBS and I noticed the RuneScape icon and I forgot to look at my OBS and I went back to the game. Oh man. Atrax Machiz coming at me full force. We're gonna wreck his day though. We'll take him out. He's gonna try to take us out, but we'll take him out. Don't you worry. I've been doing better against level 10s too. I think my last hunt I was saying level 10s I was kind of struggling with, but lately I've been doing better, so maybe my skills have been kind of getting a little better to the point where I can handle these guys a little better. Now I just got to be able to take out those 11s and 12s. Not a levels. What is that? What level? Level 1? Or any level? Who knows? Oh man, I hate that. I don't like it when A tracks are clustered like that. If I was a higher level, I'd love it because it's like, oh, cool. Just kill one mob and then go right into the next one. Don't have to find another one. Almost a 2-ped loot right there. That was pretty sick. No 7-ped loots though so far. It seems like my past like 3 or 4 hunting runs I've done in the same area, I've gotten at least one 7-ped loot like every time from one mob. And I think the same thing, yeah, the same thing happened I think in my last video. One of them dropped 7-ped, one mob, and then the other mob dropped like 16. And I was like, holy crap. It's crazy. It was right around the time I got those 2 globals too. I think it was the same video I told the story about those globals, so yeah. I think this place might be a little more dried out than it was though. Ooh, nice. Maybe I spoke too soon. Almost 5-ped. Okay. I want to find me that 10-pedder. Actually, I want me that global. I want me that like at least minimum 50-ped global. That's what I'm looking for. Because I've kind of lost sight of that because I've just kind of been talking about different stuff and just hunting. But right now, I want a global. Like, I'm not going for that, you know, like that 10-ped profit. I want to be greedy today. I'm feeling greedy today. I want Mindark to hit me with that global. 50-ped, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with that. I know it's not going to happen, but sometimes I like that to be my goal in a hunt. I don't expect that every time, obviously, because it's not going to happen, but sometimes I like to switch things up, and instead of just going for my usual, you know, breaking even or a little bit of profit at least, I'm going greedy today with that global. I want that global. I'm always afraid when there's like that delay. Like, I don't know. It's like easier to notice when you're actually like playing. But sometimes like when you're on auto shoot, you kind of get that like groove, that rhythm of like when the shot goes and when like it registers a hit. And sometimes I've noticed like if you get critted and die, there'll be a slight like 1 or 2 second delay, and then you get crit and you're dead. And I thought that happened, and I was about to be very scared. But we got a nice loot on that over 2-ped, so that was definitely a good call to be a little bit shysty, I think. Since this guy's near the shyster, they might have been friends, and that shyster might have taught this shyster how to loot up good. So he might have similar loot to him, in theory, of course. Come on, shyster. Oh, he's dodging me. I don't like it when these level 9s are dodging me like so much. They make me look like a dang fool. Make me want to cry. That's okay. We'll get our skills up enough to where these level 9 Atraxes will barely even scratch us at all. So, or maybe even those 11s. I've noticed I have a hard time saying level 11, like just normally, like fast, or just normal speed, I guess. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. Come on, come on. I don't want mommy coming over here. I don't know if that's a young too, but it looks a little bit bigger, or at least from here. So it might be mommy. We're gonna find out after this one though, because we're gonna go kill it too. Even if it's a level 11, I'll be shysty and take that one out too. Because I'm feeling confident here. I'm feeling it. Let's see. Ooh, 2.2. Dude, I'm thinking this small vicinity area is looking pretty good. So any mobs close around here, I'm definitely going for no matter what. Because this area looks like it's got the better loot. Yep, level 11. It was mama. Oh boy, it was mama. I promised myself I wouldn't do this, but I promised myself. I said I am not wasting my time or my money on level 11 Atrax olds. But with that kind of loot, man, this thing could be holding that global I'm searching for. So it's like I gotta try at least. And I'm actually doing pretty well against it. I usually don't do this well. Usually it's like hit, 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 like, or like hit, miss, hit, hit, miss, hit. I know I'm kind of singing a song there on that one, but you know. Ugh. Like, that's like the worst part because they do so much damage and based on my HP and stuff, like I gotta find that right time to switch back so I can kill it because I can't just keep out healing it forever, and it literally almost killed me. And it wasn't worth it because it didn't even have one entire pet on it, so maybe my theory was a little bit wrong. Maybe it was just that smaller section, or maybe that was just the odd one out. Maybe mama gave her life savings to the baby and was like, here you go, take this. I'll keep the bare minimal scraps. This is for you, child. And then I just killed them both and took it all. I ruined not only their way of living, but their life in general. Just destroyed it. It's okay. 5 bajillion Atrax and Cornas are born every day, so, you know, we're good. Someone been out here just annihilating? Because there's just nothing out here. I'm almost, see, I hate that. When I have universal ammo, no probes, and I see no mobs like that, I'm just so tempted to just drop a quick probe. Number one, because there's no mobs. And, you know, time's money, friends, so, you know, the more time you're wasting, you know, looking for mobs, that's money you're losing, or potentially losing out on. So it's like, I always want to just drop that probe, see if I, you know, get a decent hit or something. But I don't really like to mine and hunt, though. I like to keep mining and hunting separate, simply because, at least for me, I feel like it gets a little too complicated that way. Because, you know, your hunting could be profiting, but your mining could not be, and then it kind of, you know, interferes, like your hunting interferes with your mining and vice versa. So I just like keeping it separate. Like, I don't even like doing full mining runs like with universal ammo. I like to keep universal ammo strictly for hunting, and then, you know, just straight up buy the probes just to kind of keep them split up that way, so I kind of know what's profiting, what's not, and, you know, what to go with when I need to make some money and stuff. So it's just an easier way to kind of keep things separate for me, at least. I'm sure it would probably be a little more efficient maybe using universal ammo instead of probes, but then it's like I gotta split my, you know, universal ammo up between, you know, hunting and then using it for mining, and I don't know, it kind of becomes a whole mess. And, or at least for me it does. I like to keep this game as simple as possible, but still have it work, if that makes sense. Like, I definitely don't like to overcomplicate things. And if I ever do crafting, I'm gonna have to, basically, because crafting's just complicated in general anyway, but I probably wouldn't go as far as maybe some of the higher level players would, though. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. I like to try to keep it like as simple as possible, but do the right thing, I guess, if that makes sense. Or try to do the right thing, at least. Dang, someone hit some bronze alloy or something on the moon for 400 PED. I've always wanted to go there. I want to get my mining skill up a little bit more, and ideally my hunting skill. Oh, here we go. Now this is the more of the loot I'm looking for here. To like 3.5 PED. That's more of the loot I'm looking for now. But and I wanted to get like my mining skill especially, but my mining and hunting skill up a little bit more, and go to the moon and mainly mine there, because I feel like mining might be a little bit more worth it, like worth going there for. But also do a little bit of hunting too, or at least be high enough level so that if something attacks me while I'm mining, I can kill it, you know. Depending on the location I'm at least. I'm not really sure. I don't know anything else other than Calypso, or about anything else, I guess I should say, other than Calypso, but the moon's always seemed interesting, and I've always wanted to go and check it out, and mainly to do some mining, but I'd want my hunting to be a little bit better too, so that I could, you know, protect myself if I need to. Not so much for looting or profit, but just to kind of protect myself. Because I feel like if I was just dying all the time trying to mine on the moon, I would not be having the best time. And not so much because I'd be losing money either, because when I mine I usually make sure I don't have armor for the most part, but at some point I might have to, I don't know. But mainly just because it's annoying, because then you go to the revive and then you gotta go all the way back to where you were mining and then try again, and it's just annoying. Like I said, time is money. And the time spent being wasted, like doing stuff like that, like going back and forth to your spots because you're dying, that's money right there. That's money you're losing out on because you're not using the best of your time. Oh no. Oh no, my gun died right in the middle of a fight. My gun died right in the middle of a fight. We got to switch to our backup. Once we can stop healing. Equip. Boom. Good to go. Alright, back to it. So yeah, that gun basically got busted on this run, and it had like 9 PED left, so we're already down like 9 PED as far as decay goes. And I totally underestimated how long a 90 PED run would last. I figured like hour tops. I'm coming up on like an hour and a half on this run. Which is pretty good though. Because I mean, at least at this level with this like gun fighting these mobs and stuff, I'll at least know that, you know, if I wanted to play for a solid like 4 hours, 200 PED would probably do it, to be honest. My god, this guy's just hitting me for crazy numbers. At only level 7. So, hopefully he's got some good loot to make it worthwhile, but I guess worthwhile, but nothing I'm excited about. Alright guys, so we are back at the TT. We are done with the hunt. But we didn't hit our global that we were looking for, but that's okay. Because we might have still either broken even, made a profit, or at least broke even. At least made enough back so I can do some more hunting. So we'll go over to the TT. And we'll see how much we made on this run. So we did a 90 PED hunt, and we got back. Ooh, we made a killer loss. Ooh, oh boy, we got destroyed on that hunt, guys. We got obliterated, wrecked. Wow. And then you minus the decay. 4 to 9, 13. Oh man, so we lost a solid 30 PED, man. We lost a solid $3. God. The loot was, yeah, and I knew the loot wasn't there today either, man. Like the amount of like 3 to 4 to 5 PED loots from one mob I was getting on that run was like the amount of like 7 to like 15, 16 PED loots that I was normally getting at least like once per hunt. So the loot definitely diminished a lot. I was not expecting to come back with like 70. Like, and then after decay, it's more like 60 or 50 something. Damn. I got destroyed. I made a huge loss on that. Wow, man. That's insane. Alright, guys. Well, that's the video. I wanted to do a 90 PED run because I was feeling so good about this area. And we took a fat loss. Even without decay, we took a giant loss. With decay, we took an even bigger loss. So, but it happens. It's the name of the game, you know. So anyway, guys, that's the video, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.